Hello, my name is Pedro and I'm drawing one Pokemon for district in Portugal.
Lisboa.
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 Lisboa. Two things were certain right from the start. The Lisboa Pokemon cannot be water type, and I want to do something with Faro. So I decided to start searching for animals in Lisbon that could inspire the character design. I found melro, rabi ruivo preto, but I didn't want it to be a bird because the Porto one is already a bird. Almirante vermelho, caracoleta, blah 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 blah. In the end, I chose rã verde. And look, I don't want to hear me, you chose a rã for Lisbon. You want a different animal, you come to the Twitch sessions and you complain like all the other people. This decision was made after 1 hour of discussion over the animal, okay? It was not made in like 5 minutes. But yeah, let's continue.
It's actually a toad. We have the animal, we have Fado, and then I start thinking about this kind of idea of the fire in your soul and the way that when you sing, you let it out, like you are breathing fire. I tried to connect it with the element, and I think it connected more with fire than it did with grass. So I ended up going for a fire type, little melancholic Fado singing toad. This is the final design for the Lisbon Starter. Tristapo. Hello guys, my name is Pedro and I'm designing one Pokemon per district in Portugal. For the Lisbon second evolution, the challenge was similar to the Porto one. How can I make these Pokemon more detailed or more aggressive looking, but still leave space for the third evolution? And one of the details that I liked in the first one was this little twirl that I did in the belly based on the design of Chimchar. And I wanted that twirl to slowly become a flame as the Pokemon evolves. Okay guys, let's slow down for a second here. There was a lot of accidents while I tried to design this Pokemon and the evolution before, and I want to do a few honorable mentions. The first one, Marisa the Frog. Second, Flávio, o Animado. Third, Carlos, who doesn't really... Yeah, Carlos. And the last one, Fernando the Cheeky. But outside of the joking part, I just want to show that drawing is not a linear process. Sometimes you start really well, other times you have to do 4 different tries to get it right. What matters is that you keep persisting. I think actually persisting might not be the right word. It's just patience. Just be patient with yourself. Don't get angry with yourself because your first sketch doesn't look like what you wanted it to look. Just do a bit more research, give a second try to the sketch, and you'll see that slowly your drawing will start to render itself. Okay. Let's continue. One of the connecting factors that I wanted for all the poses in the Lisbon evolution was that I want all of them to be singing Fado. So it was actually harder than I thought to find singing reference poses, because in this case, I'm showing the full body. The point of view is similar in all the character designs, and I wanted that to be consistent in all the Pokemon character designs of this series. And with that, here is the final design for the second evolution of the Lisbon Pokemon. Their name is Saudapo, for Saudade and Sapo. Hello guys, my name is Pedro and this is Poketuga, where I draw one Pokemon per district in Portugal.
In my humble opinion, when I think about Pokemon, I imagine them living in nature. So you can imagine like, I don't know, it's easy to imagine like 15 Squirtles hanging out by a lake. And that's why I don't really like to draw humanoid type Pokemon. It's just not very believable to me. Like, can you imagine 15 of these guys hanging out in a hill? It's like, it just looks like you're gonna get mugged. That being said, I really wanted this third evolution to have a Portuguese child. So I kind of thought of this frog to be a little bit like a parrot, where they hear Fado singing in the streets and they try to emulate it. They do it in the previous evolutions, and I guess in the third evolution is what they do best. And because they do that, and because they would inhabit the streets of Lisbon hidden, they would also steal these shiles. So I thought that this evolution could work a little bit like Slowpoke does, which is whenever they steal their first Shile in a way of imitating a Fado singer, then they would evolve into the third evolution. As you can tell, I love world building, I love creating the lore of these characters, and all of these things need an explanation for me, otherwise there's not really a point for the design to be made. So yeah, I thought that this frog is not a humanoid, it doesn't stand on 2 legs, except when it imitates what he sees a Fado singer doing. and that's why I ended up going for this pose. Design-wise, the neck detail was a struggle, but I ended up going for something a little bit more empty, so the mouth and the face would stand out. For the colors, I made the green part of the frog warmer in each evolution, so in this evolution, it's closer to a yellow. I also drew the marks around the eyes in the way that they become closer to flames as the character evolves. The sockets for the eyes also become closer to flames, a little bit like pointy horns as the character evolves from the first evolution to the last, and the shell to pop with color a little bit. Here's the final design. Ardent, fire and psychic, because of all that nostalgia.